What do you see was our theme for this year's partnership building and our theme for this year. What do you see is looking beyond the obvious and seeing what God might want to do and what God might want to be about. Partnership building for us took us to many states, many groups, individuals, churches, men's groups, women's groups, talking about what God is doing and how people can pray, how they can belong, and how they can be a part of what God is doing. And we're excited and thankful for all the partners and all the churches we get to visit. One of the joys of being stateside is the chance to visit with family and friends that we don't get to see very often. Got a new twist to our partnership building. I broke my arm. Not a good idea. We returned to Bulgaria in the middle of spring when there was still lots of snow on the mountains. The Galloways, our partners here in Bulgaria, then took their turn with partnership building in the States for 3 months and left us here to man the work as we left it with them when we went. This year, much of my time was spent with developing and following through on the partnership between the Church of God in Bulgaria and the Free Methodist Church UK, bringing pastors and leaders together, dialoguing, talking, discussing what are the next steps and how do we move forward. Much behind the scenes, but much is happening. We had pastors and church leaders coming from Bulgaria to the UK to meet and be exposed to what God is doing and how church functions there. And we had leaders from the United Kingdom coming over to Bulgaria to do some training and to get to know more and more of the pastors. Relationships is key to this partnership and how it's going to grow and develop. And we spent lots of time trying to work on cultivating these relationships. This summer, we did not have our annual Love Bulgaria Youth Conference. Instead, in the spring and fall, we had our Catch Fire festivals, where we challenge kids with how to share their faith, how to share their testimony, how to let God use them to reach their generation with the gospel. There was also additional trainings for pastors and church leaders, both within our partner churches and in other relationships we've built. It was amazing to be able to see how God was calling and creating a hunger in the lives of pastors and church leaders to know more of Him and how to be used by Him. And we are honored and humbled to be able to be a part of the process God's using to train and equip His leaders. Locally in the region of Petrich, where we live, we've been doing things to reach our neighbors. In fact, showing them how to make burritos, which they've never had since Mexican is not a big food item here in Bulgaria. Celebrating birthdays, being part of regular events, the English clubs, as well as our church Bible study and fellowships. All of these are taking place on a regular basis and are growing and increasing, and for that we thank God. As usual, we found ourselves hosting many individuals and groups who came, including Bishop Roller and Area Director Jerry Coleman, who was finishing up his term before heading back to do other ministries God's called him to in the States. We love having groups and the impact that they have and the lives that they're able to touch when they come. We're excited and grateful to always have groups. If you think about wanting to come, we'd love to have you. Humanitarian aid is always needed. We do this through the virtual Christmas gift box annually. We also found ourselves involved with the Syrian refugee as more refugees are leaving their country due to the conflict and war and are ending up in Bulgaria. This year we asked the question, what do you see? As 2014 comes, we're going to be asking this question of you, what time is it? See you soon.